Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my will I buy it or nah videos. I've already uploaded one of these before. Actually, I think it was the first one here on my channel. Just a little introduction to see if you guys liked it. I got some really great feedback. You guys said it is something you would like to see consistently here on my channel. And since you guys are always tagging me in pictures on Instagram and Snapchat like, Tiff, what are you thinking? Are you picking this up? Is it trash? What's the tea? We need to know. I'm going to try to bring you guys these videos a little bit more frequently than what I have been doing in the past. So there have been quite a few new releases. So of course, we might as well go ahead and talk about them. And I'll let you guys know whether or not it's something that I picked up, I plan on picking up, or it's just a no altogether. So no more talking. Let's get started. But before we get started really quickly, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, which is behind me. I do have a background, not a background because I've always had a background, a backdrop. I do have a backdrop behind me. You guys know now that I've moved, I told you I want to start playing around with different things that I never really did before here on my channel. I finally put up my new light setting. I told you guys I wasn't going to put up my new lights until I moved and got situated. And now since I'm not moving again, God's willing, knock on wood, I have my new lights up, so I'm playing around with a whole bunch of new settings. So let me know how it looks to you guys, because in the viewfinder it looks pretty cool, but definitely let me know what you guys are thinking and how it looks, the lighting, too dark, too light, just right, all the other good stuff down below. But now on to the video. So first things first, let's go ahead and start off with Urban Decay. So Urban Decay has released a new palette and they are calling it their Urban Decay Mini Heat. Clearly you can tell by the name that it is going to be a mini version of the Naked Heat palette. It does come with 4 mattes, and 1 demi matte, if I'm not mistaken. That is the way that the palette goes. It's not any new shades. They're basically just some of the original shades from the Naked Heat palette. At least that is what I got from it. And you guys already know that I love the Urban Decay Naked Heat. It is no secret. I really like that palette. I love the colors in it. Those are just colors that speak to my soul. You guys already know, if you're familiar with my channel, I will buy 1,001 palettes of the same color if it's just something that I like. But as much as I love the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, I'm really not interested in this mini heat palette. I think for someone who maybe was interested in purchasing the Naked Heat, they didn't pick it up, but you really like the colors, the mini heat would be like a really great, I don't know, alternative to it. But I feel like if you already have the Naked Heat, which again I already do, there really is no point in picking up this palette. I don't see anything wrong with traveling with the Naked Heat. I've traveled with it before. It travels really well. The packaging on it is really good, so I don't need like a travel friendly version of it. I just feel like they're a couple of months too late. Maybe if they had released it kind of at the same time and gave people options, like the excitement would have been a little bit greater. But here we are, like months later. The palette has been duped quite a few times already. Like, I just really don't get the reasoning behind now bringing out a mini heat, and it's just not something that I would pick up. Sorry. So NARS is coming out with some highlighter palettes, and I know you guys are probably rolling your eyes like, Tiff, we already know if it's anything to do with glowing, you're probably gonna pick it up. But it may surprise you guys to know that I'm kind of over highlighters a little bit. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like every highlighter is starting to look the same. No lie. So I've really been slowing down when it comes to highlighters. But then NARS dropped a little promo picture. These are called their Easy Glowing Palettes. There are 2 different palettes. There is one that comes with like 3 more lighter shades, like lighter golds, white golds, maybe like a champagne-y type of gold. And then there is one that definitely piqued my interest. It has a, let me see, it's saying it has a rose shimmer, a mauve shimmer, and a golden bronze shimmer. All 3 of those shades look absolutely delicious, I have to tell you. I know a girl can only have so many highlighters or whatever, but I have to say that NARS does have some of my favorite highlight formula. The highlighter palette that they came out with last year with 3 in it, I picked it up. It's over there on my vanity. I don't know what the name, I'm just gonna grab it. So this palette right here, which is called the Banque de Sable highlighter palette. Do you guys remember this one? NARS released it. It was limited edition. It came with 3 different shades on the inside. I don't want to blind you with the mirror. Y'all, if you follow my channel, I probably included this in my end of month favorites for like 2-3 months straight. I use this for like 2-3 months straight. The formula of these is absolutely amazing. This was limited edition, and I kept telling y'all, if you didn't get your hands on it, you needed it. Like, that is still one of my absolute favorite highlighter palettes out of all of the highlighter, all of the thousands of highlighters that I own. So because of that, and again, the colors in that deeper shade one definitely piqued my interest. I think it's something that maybe I want to swatch if it ends up coming to Sephora. But again, it is limited edition, and I feel like when NARS comes out with their limited edition stuff, it is literally some of the best stuff that you're probably not going to be able to get your hands on again, so you don't want to miss out. So I don't know, like I said, I am kind of feeling overwhelmed with highlighters, but I do think, especially for deeper skin tones, that deeper palette is something that would just be absolutely amazing. So it's not a no, it's not a yes, it's more of like a we'll see as far as that one is concerned. So Natasha De Nonna is coming out with quite a few things. She already came out with like her diamond blush highlight palette or something like that. I have been hearing, you know, the word on the street is that those blushes do not have good staying power. I really wasn't interested in it anyway. It was a little too pricey for me, but I've been hearing a lot of people say that the staying power, as far as those of us with a little bit more melanin to our skins, it's not that great. So that's the tea on that. But she is coming out with a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So the first eyeshadow palette that she is going to be releasing is the Tropics palette. You do get 15 shades, I believe, within this palette. It is going to run you $130. Not really too surprising, because that's about the regular price for her 15 pan eyeshadow palettes. Now, you guys remember I did pick up the Natasha De Nonna Sunset palette, and from my haul it, well, how was it video, I let you guys know that I was not all that impressed. The shadows were not bad shadows, but were they $100 like slay my life shadows? No, they were not. So that right there lets me know that I'm not going to be in a rush to go out and spend another $130 on any one of her palettes. But just looking at the palette overall, I do kind of get where she's going as far as calling the palettes the Tropics palette and the color scheme. I know some people were saying it just doesn't look like those colors are supposed to go together, but when I'm thinking Tropics, I'm thinking of the sand, I'm thinking of the sun, I'm thinking of the beach, I'm thinking of the water, and I do see where all of those shades kind of come into the palette for it to be a Tropics palette. I do think that the bottom row is probably the most interesting portion of it. I think those are some really pretty colors, but then when you get to those top 2 rows, they're just a little bit boring. And I feel like if I wanted shades like that, I would probably go and get the new Anastasia Beverly Hills, what is it called, soft glam palette. I probably would pick that up instead of going for this one. You're going to pay a cheaper price, and it looks to be about the same shades, honestly. I'm just saying, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Like I said, I'm in no rush to go out and purchase another one of her $130 palettes because I just don't see where, although her eyeshadows are nice, and don't get me wrong, I love her holiday edition palettes. Like, the eyeshadows in there are really, really amazing, but I kind of got my fix, and I don't feel in the need to rush out and get another one of her palettes anytime soon, so it's gonna be a no for me. Now, she is also releasing a mini sunset palette that is going to run you, I believe, $24 if I'm not mistaken. These are supposed to be new shades, and I think for $24, if you wanted to try out the Natasha De Nonna eyeshadows and kind of get a feel for yourself, and you like colors like that, because I think the colors are absolutely gorgeous, then that is something that I would recommend you going out to get, just to again try out the Natasha De Nonna eyeshadows for yourself. But just saying that you want to try it out and you just go head first and pick up the $130 palette, nah boo, I can't justify that for you. But I think if you just wanted to try them out, again, I really like the colors in the sunset palette, so I think these are some really nice colors within the mini sunset. Then that's the route that I would go if you had to choose one, because again, $130, girl, no, okay, no. So Makeup Revolution is coming out with some foundation sticks. I'm really excited about this. Now, when I first heard about Makeup Revolution, mainly it was about their eyeshadow palettes. A lot of you guys, like around last year, were like, Tiff, you really need to try out their eyeshadow palettes. I tried out one. I was not impressed at all, but since then, I really feel like they have been stepping their game up quite a bit. I just talked about their concealers in my last Haul It But How Was It video, so if you guys have not checked that out, I'll leave a link right here. Don't worry, I got you. But I was really impressed with the concealers. I've recently tried out one of their new eyeshadow palettes and I really like that one as well. So when I saw that they were coming out with foundation sticks, it really piqued my interest. Now they are only coming out with 18 shades. I do think the variety though, for it to only be 18 shades, it does seem to have a nice variety going from light to dark. I think I may be able to find a shade just looking at it. I'm definitely interested, but it's something that I would rather go in store and pick up. With their concealers, I kind of just had to like look on the website and choose a couple just to see what would work. But with their foundation sticks, I would rather go in store and be able to actually play around and see if I can find a shade. And if I can, it is definitely something that I'm interested in picking up. But again, I love the fact that they're coming out with like so many different varieties of things, and it looks to me like they are really trying to step their game up and expand the brand a little bit more, so you definitely can't be mad at that. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying out their foundation sticks. So Kim Kardashian West is coming out with some contour sticks because clearly we loved her contour products so much that we wanted them individually. Clearly. You guys know she already had the contour cream kits. You know, the ones that came with the little small rough brush on one end and the contour stick that was breaking as soon as it touched your face on the other. She is coming out with those contour sticks individually now, so you do not have to purchase them in a kit with the brush and all that other stuff. I believe these are going to run you about $18 for me, and it's not just because I don't support the Kardashians, but just looking at it from a consumer point of view, $18 is a lot of money to be paying for a contour stick. I just can't justify it. Now, I did recently go out and purchase the Fenty Beauty contour stick, and I absolutely love it. Like, I love it. I use it every day, but it's not something I see myself repurchasing just because Black Radiance has some really great foundation sticks for like $5 or less, and to me, they do the same exact job. Like, I'm just not about to pay more than $7 for a contour stick. I'm just not. There's so many great choices in the drugstore, so it's just clearly gonna be a no for me. Sorry, Kim. And then finally, Lime Crime is coming out, or has already came out, with a new eyeshadow palette. It is called their Lime Crime Venus XL palette, I think is the name of it. I believe it's $56 and it's going to come with 18 shades. Gotta tell you guys, y'all were tagging me in this on Instagram like crazy. Like, you guys know me so well. You know that shades like that definitely speak to my soul. So when I first saw it, I was like, come through with the colors, Lime Crime. But then when I really started to look at pictures and I started to kind of do a little bit more digging, I was like, these colors look so much like the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Like, it was crazy to me. Like, it looked like that first half of the palette looked exactly like the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, and I just began to get really underwhelmed with the palette as a whole. Don't get me wrong, I get the concept, because if you look at their Venus palette, the colors are definitely reminiscent like of the shadows from their Venus palette. But like I said, to me, like, the more I looked at it, I kind of just was like, okay, I have these shades like 1,000 times over. This is definitely just like a bigger Modern Renaissance palette, and do I really need it? Like, do I truly need it? Am I really gonna play with it as much as I play with all the other palettes in my collection? And the answer is definitely a no. Alright guys, so that is it for this video on will I buy it or nah. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the products that I talked about. Let me know if you have picked them up, if you have plans on picking up, or if you have plans on passing them as well, and anything else you want to let me know down below. Again, don't forget to let me know what you guys are thinking about, like the lights, the setup, and all that other good stuff. And until next time, bye YouTube.